Watch this, that's actually my Mac controlling my iPad, with no cables, no AirPlay, nothing. I'm about to show you 8 iPad tricks like this. Things built right into your iPad that almost nobody actually uses. And I'm not doing 16 of these or like 20 or something crazy. I'm just gonna keep it simple and sweet. I'm doing 8 iPad tips that you can start using today, because I'd rather you actually remember these than just nod your head along the whole video and forget every single one by the end of it. Now, I'm using an iPad A16 running on iPadOS 27 in today's video, but all of these iPad tips will work on an iPad Pro or iPad Air too. And these all work whether you're on 26 or 27. Just make sure you're updated to at least 26.2 for the windowing stuff to match exactly what I'm showing. So with that said, now let's get into it. So that trick from the intro, here's exactly how to set it up. On your Mac, open Display Settings. Click the plus button down here in the corner, then choose Link Keyboard and Mouse. And now you can click on Arrange and place your iPad on the exact side it's actually sitting on your desk. This part really matters, or the cursor handoff just feels backwards and it doesn't feel right. So now just move your mouse off the edge of your Mac's screen and it appears right here on your iPad. You're now controlling your iPad with your Mac's keyboard and trackpad without touching it once. And here's the part that actually makes this useful, not just a party trick. You can copy something on your Mac, like a photo, a link, a whole file, and paste it directly onto your iPad. And it works the other way too. I use this constantly, like I'll put Claude or Freeform down here at the bottom, and then I can just move these around like on my monitor or my MacBook, just kind of depending what mood I'm in and where I want to place what window. The whole point of this is it gives you the flexibility to move your windows around however you want, for however you work the best. Okay, the next one is less flashy, but I would argue that you'll use it more than anything on this list. Because you know that moment when you're fixing a typo in the middle of a paragraph and you tap the wrong spot for like 3 or 4 times in a row? Well, this fixes that completely. Put 2 fingers down anywhere on the keyboard and it instantly turns into a trackpad. Now you can slide your cursor around with real precision, right to the exact letter. Fun fact, this also works if you're just using one finger too, but you have to place your one finger on the space bar and then you can move it around like that. You can do this on your iPhone too, and I still get surprised by how many people don't even know about this tip. And here's actually a bonus move here too. Whenever you have a keyboard pulled up, pinch inwards with 2 fingers and it shrinks into a mini keyboard that you can drag anywhere on the screen. Pinch back out and it's full size again down here at the bottom. Small trick, but this comes in useful when you're like laying down and you don't want to be moving your finger across the whole screen. Okay, this next one most people find completely by accident. Select some text, then pinch inwards with 3 fingers. That'll copy it. No menu, no long press, no extra taps. And then if you pinch outward with 3 fingers, that'll paste it right back in. This works in almost every app on the iPad, like Notes, Safari, Mail, all of it. Once you get this one in your muscle memory, the little pop-up copy and paste bar is basically dead to you. Now next, most people are still pressing 2 buttons to screenshot. There's actually a faster way, but you have to turn it on first. If you use your finger and don't have an Apple Pencil, go into your settings, then click on multitasking and gestures, and turn on swipe finger from the corner. Now, if you have an Apple Pencil, go into your settings, click Apple Pencil, set the corner gesture to screenshot. Now swipe diagonally from the bottom left corner, and boom, instant screenshot for you right there. You land right in the editor. So here goes your markup tool so you can draw all over your screenshot. And here's your sharing options too. But here's the actual game changer, and that's live text. If there's any text inside that screenshot, like let's say a phone number, an address, whatever, you just tap it and copy it straight out of the image. This is nice because now you don't have to be retyping or squinting at the screen. The live text is gonna take care of it so quickly for you. All right, moving along here. Everyone thinks split view caps out at 2 apps. Well, it doesn't. Tap and hold the green button at the top of any app. That opens up your multitasking options. And from here, you can keep stacking apps into the layout. Like let's say you have research on one side, then notes, email, or a reference doc on the other. Everything is visible at the same time. This is the trick that made my iPad start feeling less like a giant phone and more like an actual workstation. If you're the type of person who's constantly app switching to check something, stop. Just build the layout that works for you once and leave everything visible. Now, what's even better is all the windows you can have open at the same time. So if you're not really feeling this layout option here, what you can do is tap the top of the header on the window, and then it'll resize into the screen where you can drag the corners to exactly the size that you want. Then from here, you can continue to open up more and more windows. This is true multitasking right here. If you use an Apple Pencil, this next one will definitely be a very useful shortcut on the list. From literally anywhere on the iPad, swipe up from the bottom right corner with your pencil. A floating note pops up instantly. You can immediately start writing, highlight something on the screen, or use Loop to zoom in and annotate something small. I use this when I'm mid-scrolling all the time, because if I see something I want to remember, you just swipe, note it, and done. That way you don't forget. And it never leaves the app that you're in, because once you're done, just simply close it out, and now it's in your Notes app for later. This next one's just fun and really cool to just mess with, but it's also genuinely useful if you sketch or take handwritten notes. Draw a rough circle with your pencil and hold the pencil down right at the end of the stroke. It snaps into a perfect version of that shape. It works for triangles, squares, stars, and so many other shapes too. Your messy drawings suddenly look like you actually knew what you were doing. Also, here's another quick one. If you make a typo somewhere or you don't like how your writing turned out, just draw a squiggly line over it and hold at the end. And check that out, the entire word disappeared. This is way faster than using the eraser tool. Okay, we're already at our last one, and this fixes a problem you've definitely had if you multitask a lot. You know how earlier in the video we talked about having multiple windows open at once? Well, let's say you've got 3 Safari windows open plus a handful of other apps too. Finding the right one can take forever, which is why I personally don't like working with all these open tabs, but here's a trick for this. Swipe up slightly from the bottom to open the dock. From here, press and hold on an app's icon, then tap Show All Windows. Now, every window for that app is right here. Jump straight to the one you need instead of flipping through the app switcher hoping you land on the right one. Small trick, but it saves you real time every single day if you're a multi-window person. All right, that's it. That's all 8 tricks. Actually, it was a little bit more than 8, but who's really counting? All I know is it wasn't a crazy number like 16 or 20, something that's overwhelming. We kept it short with 8 tricks that actually change how you use your iPad day to day. Let me know which one of these you learned about today, or comment below which iPad you have, and I will see you in the next video.